Hi, I'm Susan Latai, and today I am here with Elizabeth Phinney, co-author of a new book coming out called Shining a Light on Grief. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Hello, Susan.
Great to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to be here.
And thrilled that you're part of our new book coming up.
It's very exciting. Very exciting.
Yes, it's getting close. So can you give us a brief description of your chapter titled, "But We Were Going to Be Bitchy Old Ladies Together"?
Yeah, well, the title kind of tells you a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, I lost this chapter is about my best friend who happened to die. We were friends for a very short period of time in our lives, but it was a very specific period of time in my life. So the chapter is really about how that all came about, like who I was, what led up to my meeting Elaine, and then our relationship, as brief as it was. But we connected really uniquely, I think. And I mean, it wasn't even 5 years that our relationship lasted as friends, but it was a very great 5 years. And, you know, because she was also my business coach. So the friendship thing, you know, crossed over onto the business coach side. And so she knew more about me than a whole bunch of people because she knew all that stuff. And I've been writing a book for too long a time. And she ended up being my first round editor, which again, brought us even closer. And what happened was that she was able to almost speak me better than I could speak me. She would translate what she knew I really wanted to say and kind of rewrote it accordingly. So, but along with that, I mean, we did, you know, conventions together, we did trade shows together. So there was just a whole bunch of stuff. And so through all that, what I wanted to point out in the chapter was a couple of things. One was that even though it was a short relationship, it was a really close relationship. But more importantly, that she's fortunately, due to my spiritual belief system and my spirituality, she's right here too. And that to me is a huge blessing because I talk to her all the time and we laugh together. And I think that is, well, fortunate and really, really lucky because it helps the grief dramatically. And so when she died like that, I mean, she was here one day and then she was gone. I had, and I share in the chapter, my son went the same way. So he was here one day and he was gone the next day. So I truly believe my experience with that helped me deal with losing Elaine. So yeah, so I think that's what my chapter is about, is my journey first, meeting her and hers and my journey, as brief as it was, and then the fortunate position I hold now, which is having her with me all the time.
Right now you get her all the time.
I get her all the time, you know. Well, sometimes she kind of rolls her eyes, but it's okay.
And I think it's a comfort when you have that, you know.
Oh, without question.
They're not here physically any longer, but it brings that comfort. And I think, you know, what else is special about your chapter is that you had this bond with this woman that went beyond the years that you actually, quote, knew her, right? She was somebody that you felt like you knew forever.
Oh, definitely a soulmate type relationship. Right. Yeah, there was definitely a connection of our souls. And, you know, it's like, I wish I had known it was only going to be for such a short period of time.
Unfortunately, we don't get to know that.
We don't get to choose that. No, we don't. So.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sure.
Now, can you share why you decided to participate in this project?
Well, interestingly, I've done another collaborative book, and similar to this in that everybody knew each other. And what happened was this miscellaneous group of 22 people got together and went away together. And so got to know each other. So we were able to, for that particular book, refer to each other and refer to each other's chapters and stuff. And so when you, you know, approached me about this, it was like, well, I knew everybody pretty much who was in the book.
Yes.
So that was exciting. And I remember once at a DOT meeting, sitting down at the table, and Barbara was there and you were there, and there was some other woman and I was there, and 4 of us had lost children. And that blew me away, that out of 6 women at this table, 4 of us had lost a kid. So that drew me immediately to those other ladies, you know, and so anyway, so I really, I don't know, I just really appreciate the opportunity to share my story. And because I think I'm a little bit different because of the whole spirituality piece. I mean, a lot of us feel that, but for me, it was a really special part of it. And I wanted to share that so that people aren't scared. They don't, if they could just trust and believe that their loved ones don't really go very far.
Right.
You know, they're really around, and with the right mediums, you know, you can help communicate with them. I communicate directly, but not all the time. You know, I have other people who help me if messages need to come through. So anyway, so that's why I wanted to offer that also in the book with the group that you were in.
And your story is unique, like everyone's is. So
Yeah.
I think it was important to share, because people don't always think about when you lose a friend, you know, because they're not a family member.
Right,
So
right.
it's a little bit different. So I'm glad that it is part of the book.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
And lastly,
Yeah.
anything that you'd like to share about you personally, or your work in the world, or what you have coming up? Anything? What do you want people to know?
Well, I have to share about my book. I mean, because Diane and I wrote it. So my book, which is still not done, we're getting there. We're like, I'm adding 2 more chapters. This has been talk about a labor of love and determination. But so my book is called Thrive to 95 and Beyond. And my background, as in my bio, is I've been in the fitness industry over 20 years now. And I started at 45. So I really think it's important for everyone to learn how much control they have over their future health. And so my mom lived to be 98. And unfortunately, the quality of her life was not great the last, well, I'd say 8 years. It could have been better, but you know, certain things happen. So we do have control. And if we have longevity in our family and we think that we might just live longer, it really behooves you to recognize how much power you have in the progress and the quality of your own life. So that's what I'm offering. The book it better be done by the summer. I'm counting on July, that it'll be at least to the publishers by July. So but it's really exciting. And I've always said, and my son, who passed, has always been my greatest champion about the book. I mean, he has been pushy. He's been very pushy about me writing this book and getting this book done. So I have been fortunate in having all that drive and that push. So I figure I'm writing the book, he can sell it as far as I'm concerned. So
there you go.
His
there you go. You're doing the hard
part. Get it
part.
out there. Yeah.
That's wonderful, Elizabeth. I look forward to reading your book when it comes out. Everyone else, look for Shining a Light on Grief, coming out at the end of June. Thank you, Elizabeth, and I'll talk to you soon.
Take care.